Hell no, these bitches not about to be out here pushing and pulling me and running me to fuck around like that. I don't be mad about shit. Straight up, I'm not, but I'm about to address this shit as it comes. Hell no, I don't like these motherfuckers trying to claim me and all that stuff. I'm not even mad at her. I ain't say shit to her, but now she got that out here that she don't know me, and now she had to submit to that, and she probably mad because her agenda has shifted. Shit. You sitting there talking about, oh, you know me and you knew me my whole life, but now you don't know me. Exactly. I don't care if you talk to my sister or whatever the situation is. That don't mean that you know me. And why are you trying to act like you know me and not let me get on the motherfucking bus? I was not mad. Shit. Hell motherfucking no, man. Sit out here and let these motherfuckers steady mistreat me and boss me around and send me through all kind of different motherfucking channels and shit. I did not, when I seen, I was like, fuck, you see how they sit there and change buses like that or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, I do not want to get on this bus, but if I don't, I'm gonna be stuck over here because I don't know where ATM is at around here. So I was gonna have to be stuck. But whoever that is, that came and asked me to get off the bus, she wasn't like disrespectful to, like, you know what I'm saying, to her job. Okay. Yeah, I want to see what that is. Yeah, I want to see what that is. Yes. Okay.
You just fill it out.
Do you have a blank form though? Then I can fill it out on my own.
Oh, I put the information in there for you.
Okay, well, I can look at the information and then kind of, okay.
Because you wouldn't know the route.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I look at it and then I have it all in my own handwriting. I can still use that as just like
I just helped you out because I didn't think you know the bus number and stuff, and I put all that in.
Okay, and then may I have a blank form and then I can still continue to use this or whatever.
Just one.
Can you give me like at least 2 or 3 of them and then I can keep it, but
Yeah, fill it out as detailed as you can.
And then what's she telling me thank you for? That's the thing. Like now it makes
thank you. What?
She said thank you to me when I was getting off the bus, but that's why I was like,
she was talking to me. She was talking to you.
She was talking to you like that? Oh, okay.
I thought, yeah.
Well, how she was saying it was like sarcastic too. So I don't know if she was talking to you or she still had animosity. Listen, that's what I said. I don't want any of that situation.
You just want to be on the bus and.
If she really wanted to be with him, what is the problem that she can't still go after him? You know what I'm saying? Yes. I don't want him. Mm-hmm. Why is she sitting up here and then making it seem like I'm not doing that. And like I said, I didn't even want to get on that bus, but I'm not. This is the thing. They're not going to minimize it because I'm going to have to probably be on the bus that she's getting on. And that's why I addressed it. I wasn't loud. I have it recorded. I wasn't loud. I wasn't talking stupid to her. And then to call the police on me though. I already got the police. Some Mexican Hispanic worker here lied and said I was smoking in your bathroom. The very first time I came here, I don't even smoke. And so they called the police on me.
Now smoking in the bathroom?
She said I was smoking in this bathroom here, but I was not.
Well, even if you were, I ain't saying you were. Even if you were, you could have just been asked to leave.
Exactly, but I was not smoking.
I give everybody a chance.
Okay, please. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what nobody's situation is.
You never know what
this is a public thing. It could have been something to save my life, what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If it's a public place, then there's going to be public things happening. Yeah. So somebody should understand that, especially working in the kind of job that y'all working at. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to address the situation because if she big enough to keep trying to make it seem like I'm little to her and like, oh, she been knowing me.
You don't want to be, every time you go on the bus, you don't want to be taken off. You know what I mean?
This is what's been happening. This
been going on. I need all this put on here.
I'm telling you.
This is my first time knowing.
These buses, I'm telling you right now. it has been Route 4. This white man sit there and told me that was a church bus. Okay?
What's a church bus?
That the Route 4 was a church bus. He told me to get off the bus. He was slamming his fucking doors all on my book bag as I was standing there. Told me he was going to call the police. Told me that I need to repent to God and I need to confess for God, like confess and claim God. All
Did you
kinds
fill
of
out the
shit.
sheet on there? You need to put all your.
I'm telling you,
all
man.
your situations. See, this sounds like this has been a reoccurring problem.
This is what they stalked me and
meeting you.
harassed me on all of these buses. They even the fucking dispatchers. When I called the other day, this bitch talking to me like, "Oh, don't worry about who I am. I don't care who you are." Route 3 was late coming, and so I was like, "Okay, is it a
Right.
detour
or a new drive or something? You trying to figure out
because if not, I'm not about to sit at. I'm going to go back across the street and sit outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to sit right here, or I'm going to find a different bus stop. But I had somewhere to be, so I was like, why is this bus late?
Right.
I get on the bus. She's like trying to blame me for holding her bus up, talking about she already late. Okay, I'm literally using all of 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just problems like they talk to me.
Late. You know what I mean? Ain't my fault.
All of the buses left. And I had to sit right here. So I called and said, like, are y'all coming in another hour or y'all coming in every 30 minutes now or what? They like, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I tell them I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. They say things like, oh, Jasmine, it's only going to be 15 minutes. I'm like, but I keep telling y'all, you know, my name is Jasmine Renee Davis. Like, I called them. It's just a mess on pretty much all of them. The same bus driver that was driving Route 4 told me in the summer, like, I shouldn't be opening the windows on the bus. She was trying to control me, talk messy to me, all this shit. She ain't do it today. I didn't have shit to say to her. But the thing about it is,
was that the Route 4 on that side, white
yeah,
lady with glasses?
I don't know if she's a lady, but I know she's white, and that's why I was saying
on
like,
that side.
yeah. So that's why I said, but she had been attacked, like, oh, I know you, you know, all this. They build up this rapport and start talking all this to me, and I can't do shit about it. I just literally made a playlist today on my YouTube channel about bus interactions. I promise you I did.
Didn't look at what happened.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, no, I don't know what God better recognize shit. I'm gonna have to have a talk with God. You know what I'm saying? Because this is some funny shit. Like, why is it? I literally just made a playlist. But I wasn't messy. I promise I didn't use it like that. I was not trying to.
No. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you, since you seem to be cool, and I'm always I'm always 100. Now, when I saw you over here, I asked you what bus you was looking for.
Yeah.
You gave me attitude.
I was myself. I said, what you asking me for? Why you want
to these people? I know why.
Now say
now
why.
I know why.
I just want to see you said you 100 or what? Because that ain't me.
No. I'm saying
this is who I am. I didn't.
No, the interaction you've been getting. No, listen. The interaction that you've been receiving from our company is reason why when I asked you what bus you was getting on, you said why? Because you was on defense, and I understand now.
Oh, so they told you to ask me what bus?
That's my job, honey.
No, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I literally was not on any bullshit with you, but I wonder, did you ask me? No, that's just how I am. That's how I am. That's my own attitude. Like, it was just like, why you asking me that? That's unusual for somebody to ask me what bus. I didn't even know what bus I was gonna get on how. So y'all job is to ask me what bus I'm getting on?
I was asking you that because I didn't want to leave you.
Right, and then you said all clear. I was like, what the fuck? I just got here.
Because I knew you was going to 7, and I know they don't leave right away.
How you know I was going to 7?
Because I saw you walking.
But I could have been going to the coach line.
You could have been. So if you was going to coach line, then it really was all clear. Either way, bus 7 wasn't leaving.
But so that I know because somebody had an agenda. Oh, okay. I was wondering.
When I saw you crawling 7, I said, okay, is she going to 7 or she going to coach? Either way, we can leave. That's all.
Yeah, because I was like, what the fuck? But I was not being mean to you. That's just how I am. No, I wasn't being mean to you. You stand up tall when you talk to me or something. Because I'm not abusive or violent, dog.
When you come down here, I ask people, you need help, you find it. If I see you looking at something too long, you need help with something?
You stand however you want to stand, but I don't want to, I'm not here to break you down or anything.
No.
So, yeah.
So, I'm going to leave this with you. You gonna fill it out now or later?
I'm gonna fill that out as best as possible.
Okay,
I'm gonna put
I'm gonna leave
something
this
on
here.
there
I'm gonna
today
leave-
and give that to you, though.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this here with you.
Okay.
Okay.
But did you give me a blank sheet of
I gave
paper
you
though?
like 4.
Oh,
of
they all
these.
on here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I see
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
there.
Yep.
Okay, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
All
I
right, Miss
appreciate
Jasmine.
it.
Nice to meet you.
Y'all
I'm
testament.
sorry about all these circumstances.
I'm saying, but I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Shit, like shut up, like.
Now I'm asking you what bus you getting on now, so I can
Shit,
tell
I'm
the
gonna have
driver.
to fucking try to plan my whole nother fucking route if she's driving that because.
No. The next you can get on the next 7. That ain't gonna be her. That's gonna be another driver.
Oh,
Yeah. So that where you want to get on, so I can let them
I don't
know.
know.
Because your transfer gonna be expired.
And I'm gonna have to get a different
No,
transfer.
you're not. I'm gonna okay you on the bus. So
That's
whenever
the
you
problem.
fill-
My
whenever you-
paperwork is gonna look like I'm getting on the bus for free,
No, you're
like y'all
not.
doing some kind of charity to
Oh
me.
no, I don't do no charity.
Okay.
But no, your transfer gonna be expired. So I'm gonna let you on it with that transfer because of the situation.
But I'm talking about how the city of Racine, I don't want the city of Racine to make it seem like, but maybe you don't work, you won't get a job that would do that at all. But I'm just saying, I just do not want them to be like, oh, Jasmine Renee Davis, because it was a situation where this guy, I'm telling you, I have so many cases. Like I tell you 2 more, and then if you got to be on your way. One time, I'm gonna tell you 3, just to make sure. This white driver on Route 7. I got on a bus. I had a day pass. Used the bus. Got about to get off the bus. He tells me, "Let this be a courtesy ride for you." Like I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you didn't pay. You like." He says something like, um, I was using a pass that was expired. Like I tried to get on for free. Like I didn't have the money. I was like, you don't know what you talking about. He's like, yeah, like basically he gave me a free ride. So I said, I got a day pass.
Right.
So he's like, let me see that. First of all, why do I have to surrender my pass?
Right.
You know what I'm
As long as
saying?
you swiped it, that was
Why
it.
did he let me get on the bus without? So once I get on the bus, why are you now checking my identification or whatever? So then he sees it and then he goes, oh, I've been hearing you talking. And then he changes it and said about me talking on the bus on my phone. But I'm like, he said first he was like, he doesn't know what to say before he said anything. Like he was out of words. And then I guess he tried to, I don't know if he was trying to come up with something to fight me about to see how geeked up I would get, like how irrational or
Yeah.
to fight him
Trying to
or
bait you in.
it seems like it was a setup for a failure. So he's like, when I walked up there, and I was trying to ask him like what time the bus came back. He's like, he's at a loss for words. Like he's trying to get his words together. I was like, okay. And then he said that it was a courtesy ride. And I was like, no, I don't get no courtesy ride. You know what I'm saying? So then he gets on that bullshit, says like some stuff to me about my own phone conversation, just like the dude on Route 4 who said that was a church bus. But only reason why I believe that he said that it was something was because it was a bag like from maybe McDonald's or somewhere in the middle of the floor. Now he had just came from downtown. Why didn't he clean up his bus?
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I said, oh, maybe somebody else about to grab it. Maybe they doing transactions. I ain't gonna hate on it.
Right.
But then I asked, like, why don't y'all clean up the bus? And he's like, oh, you know what? Why are you using that type of language on the bus? Somebody had called me asking about some death insurance, like trying to ask my
Some
location.
spam.
But they asked me my location and talking about death. I speak life. So I was like, what the fuck you calling me for? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what somebody's gonna call you, and that's not even illegal. But to get a surprise call like that,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take that lightly. But
No.
so if he could understand that, but then he started telling me to repent and claim Jesus and God and all that shit, saying it's a church bus, all this different shit. I'm like, oh, can you repeat that? So it's a church bus? He's like, yeah. He's like, he's basically works for Jesus or God or some bullshit. But this guy was like, trying to say something to me. So I was like, okay, it is what it is. Then this black dude, one day I was getting on the bus, he's
You
like,
got a bunch of stories for us. That's
no,
not
y'all got a bunch of stories for
good. That's
y'all.
not good.
I'm telling you,
That's
this
not
black dude, and I mean, I can use it to work and change this whole thing, but the thing about it is, I'm not here to take any bruises, a bump. I'm professional. Y'all, how they been handling stuff is too nasty. It's ugly. It's unclean. It's not neat. I don't deal with this shit like that because I do not play any games. You know what I'm saying? They're unprofessional. They way too unprofessional, and then they do it at the scope of others. You know what I'm saying? And then I get attacked by it.
Others, people see it. I want,
So,
I don't like what I'm hearing. You know what I mean?
but
And
it's
I don't
real
like, I
though.
know, but that's why all that stuff. If you don't have to do it with detail, but I want all them. That's not how we operate here.
It
I'm
is
sorry.
though.
That's what I'm sorry. That's not how we supposed to operate here.
Oh, I
And the
don't
reason
know.
why it's getting like that, we need to stop it. We need to stop it.
Stop what?
The behavior.
But why
They
does it?
can't
That's the
treat people
thing. Why
like
does it have
that.
to be a behavior? You all have a job to
We got
do.
a
There's a
job,
policy.
right?
There's
And that's
descriptions.
it.
I have written to like the Department of Transportation for, you know what I'm saying, federally, all this stuff. I have emailed. I have talked to Willie McDonald. I have emailed to Trevor Young. I did not possibly document every single incident that's been happening. But when I got on that bus, the man was, it was Route 4. He's like, oh, everybody knows your thing. Like I was playing like I was like getting free rides and shit around here. He's like, he wasn't about to let me on the bus. I was like, what's up? Like I didn't have any money.
But you had a day pass.
I had a day pass and I'll never get it. That's why I'm this whole situation where I might have to go find the
I
ATM
just told
around
you,
here. I
we ain't
cannot.
giving you no charity.
But
You gotta transfer. Your transfer is not gonna be good because unfortunately you had to miss that bus. So you paid for that.
so you guys are going to pay for that later on down the road. But
No,
when
we're not.
y'all gonna have to, I'm going to sue this bus company. I told Willie McDonald that already, but it don't have nothing to do with me still being able to access. It's still a public transportation. I'm not doing anything to harm you all. But the whole point about it, and I wonder is it the basis or whatever. This guy's like, everybody knows your game. I'm like, I'm not playing any games. All I'm trying to do is just grab. I'm just trying to grab my the bus pass and give it to you. That's it. Because I had already went through some shit over there at the Workforce Development Center and other. So I was just trying to hold secure to my stuff in case I even felt nervous about anything. So to get attacked like that, and then y'all day passes don't work sometimes. So then somebody gonna try to tell me like, oh, just throw yours away, and I'm about to give you
They're gonna reissue another.
one. But from what I was told, they not supposed to do that.
Yeah, they are. They can.
So everybody got a different story. See what I'm saying? Because when I asked for them to do it before, they said they cannot do that. It have got stuck in the bus, the thing and everything.
Oh yeah, if it gets stuck on the bus, we supposed to issue another.
They didn't. They said they not supposed to. And then so I guess on this another Route 7, and then this black woman tells me, oh, they told me, like, she's trying to tell me to get off the bus in such a way. Oh, they told me you've been causing trouble on the buses all day. I'm like, what the fuck? I know they ain't got me around here like I'm some little silly test subject, like, you know what I'm saying, bouncing me from bus to all try to fucking fight me. I ain't getting jumped in no motherfucking gang. I fight the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? It be like knock the fuck out though. I'm telling you. And I don't be doing that. I just want to be real with you and tell you to show you I am real, but I want y'all to understand that from y'all situation.
Well, I understand. I can't speak for them, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
It's inappropriate for me to have to sit here, and I know that my nature is to take care of myself by all means, and that doesn't have to do with any constitution. It doesn't have to do with any level of violence or you know what I'm saying. But the thing is, this the streets, so I can be real. I can reply and get as further deep in. I'm not touching them. I'm not doing nothing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not anything.
Just trying to get on the bus and get where I'm going. That's it.
It's something to me. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, but I have to figure this out. Now I got to sit here. Yeah, I am, bro. I appreciate you.
You can bring it back another day.
I'm going to give you some kind of piece of paper today.
All right, I'm going to this restroom. Hopefully get some change.
These motherfuckers, I don't like also that I have to go on Impact out here and just submit my fucking handwriting to them. Like, They never supposed to even know my fucking name. They never supposed to know shit about me. All I'm supposed to do is I say I'm Jasmine, but I have stopped even talking to them motherfuckers really. This nigga gonna get on the bus and like tell me he prints out the I said, I would like to have gotten the day pad, like told you what I wanted. Like they take my voice from me. Like, why can't I? Maybe that's the reason why maybe I'm someone that's like, I want to get on the bus and be like, hi, may I please get this? That is such a, you know, I don't know what to call it, but it's a task that I could be successful at by saying like, hey, I just did something. I was able to go and pay my way and ask for something and I received it. Motherfuckers don't know where I'm at in my life. And for somebody to go through that shit like that, it's a serious motherfucking issue. I'm not about to bring no motherfucking situation where these motherfuckers they want to talk about, like, make it seem like it's a friendly type of thing and bring my sister into the motherfucking equation. But really, it's about a nigga. Okay? If this bitch so called this and that, from my understanding, he tried to get back with the motherfucker and she was kicking him out or some it was some shit. I don't even fucking, but he was leaving from over there. His mama was staying over there too. Them motherfuckers, that nigga was fucking all kind of bitches over there in the motherfucking Park Vista. And I don't want parts of that shit. None of it. And I'm not about to have these motherfuckers sit out here and mistreat me, dog me out, and do all kinds of things to me. I'm literally trying to do everything that I can do. And the problem is I always see her like, oh, that's Diana. Her and my mom daughter used to say to her, hello, Diana. That's what I remember from her. Well, bitch, I don't give a fuck about Derek, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you. And she used to say, hello to the name. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. But never again, bitch. That's done, bitch. That shit has definitely non-existent. Because first of all, it wasn't my motherfucking business. I was never even really alone with that bitch. I never fucking had a relationship with that motherfucker. These motherfuckers trauma bond. And I do not appreciate the way that I have to go through things like that. Hell no. But you want to try to bring up, oh, I know you, I do. I'm like, you don't know me. And then the motherfucker try to fuck with me and be like, tell me what I'm on. I'm not that fucking in distress that I'm not gonna be like, hell no. I was not out here fucking. No, I'm happy than a motherfucker. I'm used to. That's why the motherfuckers try to disable me. Like I can't get up and go to work and be productive at my job. Like I can't be happy at a job or a career or in a relationship with somebody that don't involve police brutality, police activity, a motherfucking black on black crime, abuse, civil discrepancies, gross misconduct. It's like these motherfuckers sit out here and try to make it seem like I have one issue, so I can't adjust myself. And then to put that strain on me to see them police officers come up, I don't know how nice they gonna talk act like to me, but then say anything, the motherfuckers sit there and come arrest me, and I have to sit in jail until fucking Monday. I don't have no fucking cash on me to order any commissary. I'm not about to keep dealing like this shit. I just paid my motherfucking. Now I'm about to start paying my phone bill 1 week at a motherfucking time. I'm not about to do. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna note that shit, and they're gonna get sued because I can't make a foundation with shit around this motherfucker because I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet. I don't appreciate it, but I'm gonna let this shit be known. Get all the tension out of there. Let that shit be known. If a motherfucker can't read, now I didn't go on and on about it like, hey, bitch, don't act like you don't know. I just said I did not take Derek Darrell Lewis from you, and you do not know me. That's all I said. And that's all the fuck it was, bitch. If you had a fucking reply, then you motherfucking reply, hoe. But you know better than try to drive me any motherfucking way, because you ain't in control of my goddamn life. And these bitches not about to sit there and say that I had made them fucked up or I did something unimportant to them. Mm-mm. So I just had wanted to make sure motherfuckers really understood like what's really happening around here, because I want to be able to get on these buses and not have any outside shit. These motherfuckers sit there and just be on the worst stuff with me. Hell no, I wasn't about to be like, what the fuck? What am I? Why? This is the thing. I know when to put a. I cannot get on a bus. They're not going to drive. I can get on another bus. I don't have to get on any motherfucking bus. I didn't have no emergency situation. It was no reason for me to have to force my way on a bus, but I did pay my motherfucking money. And that included a motherfucking transfer, which I did swipe. But I didn't even want to be on the bus at that time in the first place. But I was like, and I'm not about to be like that because I don't care. But I don't know what whoever's wrong, because it was a matter of me looking like, why don't she want me to get on that bus? She said, and why is she saying like she knows me? Why is she saying that? She is at work. So immediately I articulate nothing but professionalism at that point. Critical examination. Immediately and pause that specified a direct connection that was inappropriate, which would mean she must be using her information as a resource to try to zero in on me, to try to establish some kind of context that would possibly say something such as, oh, I know a lot about information. I can speak to the point of testimony that I have known Jasmine Renee Davis her whole life, and there's a history in the background, including disruption of a family um, cycle. First of all, bitch, the baby that I made, and I'm not being fucked up, you sitting there with a man that you engaged to at a fucking public housing apartment, okay? I was not trying to fuck with him like that. I looked at him as this older guy. He was out there sweating. I went in the trunk, my dad's car, grabbed him a motherfucking red rag, and he was happy about using, I guess. He held on to it. He showed his appreciation. He didn't give me any sign that he was dysfunctional. He didn't give me any sign that he was abusive or that he didn't have some kind of motherfucking get up about himself. I didn't even know that he was a motherfucker's brother or nothing. I just seen this as a nigga, street nigga outside. And that's what I was attracted to on that level, just because these niggas can kick it or whatever it is. Motherfuckers seeing to me that he can make his own goddamn choices. That's it. That's all I was sitting on the ground outside. Motherfuckers was hating on me because I was driving my daddy car up there and none of them had no motherfucking cars. And they want to act, oh, this the rich girl from around the corner. What she, you know what I'm saying? I had the so-called cousin that stayed over there. Other over there, other motherfuckers was over there. But I had enough to motherfucking go around this nigga sitting there and I just gave him a towel. I didn't even fucking know him like that. Then I see him as I'm washing his sister dishes. He walks through the fucking front door. So I was like, oh. And he talked about, he remembered the smile I had on my face when he seen me washing dishes at his sister's house, his sister's apartment. Okay, that's mine. Had shit to do with you. The smile was because I smile, but it was good to see him. But it was a surprise to understand. Oh, okay, because I didn't give him shit to be like I like him or nothing. That shit just wound up happening. He used to show up, you know what I'm saying, at the store when I was up there, this and that and the other. I would walk up there maybe to get some single cigarettes or some kind of snack or go and talk to Wally and them and Jackson them or whatever. That's it. If I'm 18, 19, I was probably like just turning 19. I don't have any fucking responsibility of anybody else. I'm holding my own. That's all I was responsible for out there. Believing like this is going to solidify a relationship. Having some random individual between my legs is not something that I'm interested in. This motherfucker did not tell me, just as well as he did not tell me that he had a child. So I'm getting in a position now where I'm not able to make a choice whether or not I want to put myself in a position to be the other woman or, you know what I'm saying, a number in somebody's situation. He didn't tell me that. So I was already like not interested in him in a way after I found that out. This motherfucker had nowhere to stay. Again, I let him come to my dad's house. I said, you can sleep in the bed. He said, hell no. He said, no, no, no. I'm not about to sleep in the bed in Mr. Davis' house. He said, he getting on the fucking floor. His my cousins came in there. I said, I can't stand when he sleep. He's ugly as fuck to me. I'm not attracted to him. But I already did something with him at his sister's house. So I felt like I had to be with him forever. And usually a motherfucker, if I sit up there and I had, like I was rational. This is my body food, but it wasn't really much of anything. He put probably at that time more of his bodily fluids in me but he was licking on me or whatever. But I never had an orgasm or nothing. And so this motherfucker, then his sisters come up. They looking all around the house. They want to figure out like they come in there being. He's like, shh, be quiet. My dad in his motherfucking room sleep. Why are your sisters popping up at my house like this? They are happy, excited, probably because shit. They probably see that I'm kicking. I kicked it with his motherfucking sister. You know what I'm saying? All this different shit. But I don't deal with this messy fighting ass bush. That's why I wasn't fucking with his other sisters because they were too much starting to get really fucking messy, and I was not playing it. I like his one sister was seem more classy, more educated. That's how I could talk to her. I do not deal on a low level type of shit. I just can't. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So I'm kind of find out she was a little messy. So fuck all of them. You don't sit there and tell me that you're not with somebody and then you got a whole motherfucking baby with some Mexican or somebody and your mama still claiming her. And then you got a fiance that you say that you was with at the time But then you broke up with her, and then you fuck with me, and then I'm like, I don't care at this point. I've already fucked you. But and then I let him know, you're gonna have to decide. I am not about to sit up here and you tell me that you don't got somebody just to see how good this motherfucker can fuck you. And I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know about sex. I didn't know shit about that. And I'm not, and so I tried to tell her, like, bitch, listen, I ain't mad at you. If you feel some type of way, I never took him from you. These stupid ass, nasty ass, stupid ass bitches don't rely on no sentiments. They don't care about empathy. They don't give a fuck about shit but trying to hurt me and give a fuck about a goddamn job at the motherfucking bus company, bitch. Do you understand? I have my forecast set on millions and billions of motherfucking dollars, you dumbass bitch. And you worried about a 20 or 30, $40 an hour motherfucking job, bitch, that you may be working 6 goddamn motherfucking hours a day at. And your stupid ass trying to act like you motherfucking know me. That was stupid. And I already explained this shit to motherfuckers before. I was not fucking with no nigga that had somebody. That's how I lived. That's how I was, because I had my own daddy and my mama had her own motherfucking husband. And that was an example. But not only that, this was what I wanted to be on. I had no reason to be with somebody else's motherfucking man. To this goddamn day. Ain't no motherfucking explanation. Ain't no conversation. There is no reason why I gotta fuck with you when you got somebody else if it's not a good enough motherfucking reason. And if a motherfucker want to get involved in a relationship as a surrogate or as a motherfucking addition to a aspect or whatever the fuck it is, then I can't be at any losing portion of it at all. Meaning, I'm never going to sit here and be motherfucking abused or tortured in any goddamn situation. And I'm not about to deal with a situation where I have to fuck up somebody understanding about me. I'm real about every motherfucking thing I do. There is nothing that a motherfucker gonna have me scared about because they don't want everybody to understand what they can and cannot do. I will fuck with 50 million motherfuckers at a time. And I will go and ask all of them to stand in a motherfucking line on State Street, the whole stroll, and fuck every single one of them in daylight, at the motherfucking dark, or whatever the situation is. And I have to take a piece of my motherfucking rub them motherfuckers so much, I kiss all over them, suck their motherfucking toes, get whatever the fuck I want, any goddamn thing I want from these niggas and bitches, if that's what the fuck I want. I go behind motherfucking, I go in a public motherfucking bathroom. They can't do shit because the motherfucker, when you get to it, conditions, sometimes a motherfucker would need to fuck to help themselves. Ain't nothing that these bitches gotta fight for me, and they know I got straight up information. I'm real about my shit. I'm confident and I'm not scared. And that's why these motherfuckers trying to use these riding ass bitches, dry ass hoes to try to take me down with a little background. I'm looking out the window. These motherfuckers is somebody walking up there. I don't know what the fuck they on. Oh, like a white man, heavy set in a blue shirt. Shit. These motherfuckers sitting there, they on attack mode. One way or another, but I don't need protection like this. These motherfuckers gonna pretend like they're protecting me so they can get close to me and let a motherfucker disarm so that they can motherfucking control me and get information from the next motherfuckers and figure it out and then wear my ass the fuck out. These motherfuckers ain't my friends. They don't love me. They do not care about me. They don't have a real interest in me, ain't no common interest. And I'm gonna shut this shit down immediately because I told that nigga, he talking about, oh, his uncle is rich, and it was some shit about college. And I said, maybe he didn't say that he was in college, but it was some shit that I found that I was like I was moving up in the situation. I've been looking for something from motherfuckers that I still have not found. And I'm not gonna stop. If I happen to run up on something and it didn't work, that's not gonna make me stop looking for what the fuck I'm looking for. But I did not participate in their engagement. I had nothing to do with their engagement. If a motherfucker decide that he wanted to stop fucking with her and get closer to me, that was on him. But when you tell me you not with somebody, and his sisters was telling me like he was engaged or some shit, I don't care. I never intended to see Derek ever again, really. All them niggas that was out there kicking it, they all talking about they knew my brother, Anthony Wayne First Jr. They was calling me sis and shit. This was just another nigga on the block, and I probably asked him, did he know my brother or some shit? I got it. Appreciate it. I'm not about to fuck with these motherfuckers out here. I'm unwinding from this shit. Motherfuckers don't understand. I'm not about to, that's why I said, I'm not about to be shook up out here. I'm gonna wake the fuck up. I'm not gonna be drunk and unstable and have a goddamn nervous breakdown. I'm not doing that. They not about to have me all shooken up and then I might, you know what I'm saying? Just like I apologize if whoever that was found that I was being mean and she just trying to do her job. But they are teaching these motherfuckers the wrong way to do their goddamn jobs. You are not so they know they want to normalize it now and put a little motherfucking information in somebody's ear to have them to be disruptive to somebody. Kenosha sit there and kick me off their bus talking about I can't get on a specific bus. They not used to me getting on the motherfucking specific bus and shit. Or I gotta tell them right when I get on the bus, where am I getting off the bus at? And then Racine Police Department talking about he's my own personal cop and shit like that. Nah, motherfuckers. This is another nigga to get a little bit closer to do what? These niggas ain't about to pump that shit through my veins, man. Promise you. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to let this shit be known. All this messy ass shit. I never had to deal with this shit until after I got on the motherfucking food stamps too. And these niggas ain't gonna sit here and have a nigga to come out here and try to drain me dry and then get a baby up out of me and say that shit. Now they want to be in control of my motherfucking life. For 20 motherfucking years, they have act like they have been my man, act like they have been able to control me. No, get the fuck up off me. If I walk through a motherfucking web or some, I'm gonna be going all like this to try to get that shit the fuck off of me. I ain't gonna be like, oh, I might as well leave it on me. I don't give a fuck how much I could watch the movie motherfucking Spider-Man. This ain't Spider-Man. And if you want to get on some Spider-Man shit, by all means. Shit. Sit up and deal with these stupid ass motherfuckers, man. Never. Deal with all this dumbass shit, man. Could have sit here and fuck this nigga fucking Auntie Ann, his uncle. I'm about to no fuck all this shit. I promise because if I didn't give a fuck, I ain't have to say shit to that bitch. I know I could have said you nothing ass bitch. Wasn't even taking care of your fucking man, bitch. I didn't say that. I told you that I did not take him from you. They not about to be passing me around. But when a motherfucker get into somebody's family, the expectation sometimes is to be able to care for everybody in a specific way by whatever ever is discussed necessary. These motherfuckers assume that I already knew that because of my position, my caliber, where I'm coming from. But I was taking a whole different motherfucking approach. When I was seeing a need, I was giving it to other places. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here that are looking for something that is all over me that I can, but I can't. I did not. And I'm not about to sit here and mess up and tell every motherfucking thing so y'all can figure out, try to demystify me and motherfucking decode me. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I ain't scared of any of these motherfuckers. Because quite frankly, I believe that they done made it seem like I never get out of Kenosha, Wisconsin or Racine, Wisconsin. And I do not want to be here like that. I do not want to be, I don't fit into their community. I don't give a fuck who in their community. I'm done with them. I'm so motherfucking over with them. It ain't a motherfucking divorce. It ain't a termination of parental rights or nothing. It's I never was involved with them, and no thank you, motherfuckers. Fuck Wisconsin. How the fuck they gonna sit here and not tell the whole motherfucking story, but they got a whole story to tell about me? Just let you know. Listen, just going forward, in case you were ever wondering, you got a man now. In case you have any empty situations, in case you try to have some kind of animosity or you got some build up or breakdown in communication, I did not steal Derek Darrell Lewis from you or Duke. I did not. Motherfuckers sit there. I would babysit their children, do everything that I knew how to do. But I was not busting down. I was having fun. And it's a big difference for a motherfucker to sit out here and try to control me in this way. As far as me bringing up Taurus, this bitch should be happy. I met Taurus from a church around this area. I kicked it with Taurus sometimes. Now, I wasn't a member of the church, right, during this time, but I had knew, and this is some stupid shit, but there was those that I knew that went to the church, Midtown Church of Christ. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because it's on my motherfucking mom's son obituary. So a motherfucker's gonna be trying, they looking any goddamn way since motherfucking what, January 15th, motherfucker 2000 and 1998, sorry. I was about to say something else. But, and I know what I was about to say, but there's another reason why I have to unwind and I have to charge. Used to go places like Action Territory. Remember kicking it with these niggas. Motherfuckers on laser tag and shit. I was just walking around and shit. I don't even know if I put my hand on the gun. Kicking it with these niggas. Out there, motherfucking Wisconsin Dells, Kenosha Unified. What was it? First student chartered bus going to motherfucking Wisconsin Dells and shit. This is how I meet these motherfuckers. Never was ever. Damn, this nigga, they used to come to my mom and them, like family members' houses, like my mom and them houses, all of them from the churches used to come like they were members of our family. I wasn't going to their houses, they were coming to our houses. And motherfuckers trying to get to understand that apparently my mama and daddy them work very hard to be able to support so many. And these motherfuckers know that they ain't been shit. These motherfuckers ain't been taking care of their community. Motherfuckers, I have. I didn't even know that my mom and dad was like that. By a consequence, I was this great in my own motherfucking life. Now, so not only when Kenosha motherfuckers was coming to my house and Racine motherfuckers was all over. Now, so this is who I am. And I understand that everything is not needed or necessary in that level. But it's something that I need for myself some motherfucking time. But when motherfuckers looking, you can't even afford it. And then somebody have to dumb down and settle for less and not get accustomed because a motherfucker, and then they afraid of me to show up and be great. And so they want to push me away. Motherfuckers smart enough to get something from me and not expect the same thing from you. Might have to give you a fucking hard time for some dumbass shit. So, and then like later on, I was kicking it with this nigga. He had my he had somebody that's related to my mom pregnant on Taurus. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all, man. And I'm happy. But on Taurus by this time is like a cousin. He's kicking with my favorite guy cousins at the time. Everybody kicking it. We all kicking. We all. It was like this. Who kicking it with Jasmine today? They all made sure that one of the cousins that I stay busy during the summer. So apparently it was on Taurus time to kick it, and we supposed to get up with another cousin later. On Taurus, we about to figure out how to sell some goddamn weed. On Taurus sells me some weed, a bag of weed, and I don't know what kind of weed it was. I said, this motherfucker sells me, and ain't nobody about to arrest shit. On Taurus sells me some weed. I'm gonna tell y'all the story how I know how motherfuckers get down out here. That's why I don't fuck around with all this dirty, nasty shit. I'm not out here drunk. I'm not out here fucked up. I'm not out here busted and fucking disgusted. So we drive out, we kicking it. Probably grabbed a bottle or something, laughing, driving around Racine. One trying to go with each other. He probably tried to like me before. It was never that. On Taurus was nobody but the motherfucking homie. Like, I don't want to say homie. On Taurus was like a cousin for real. He was not my bro. He was like one of my fucking cousins. And he, like I said, he was kicking it at our houses on a whole, like on a level outside of church. Even if it was an extension from that, I never, I never added it to that. Coming from somewhere with a big ass motherfucking family that all had their own houses, everybody had their own motherfucking money, all this shit, motherfuckers kicking. Even if somebody was on the little food stamps, they still had their own goddamn house. Even if they was renting or whatever, motherfuckers was able to pay their bills. But motherfuckers was showing up in great numbers. And still, it's too many motherfuckers out here sick. I just saw a goddamn video where a man went up to that motherfucking pastor and said, listen, his mama been a member of their church for 10 years. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean any fucking disrespect. Sometimes a disrespect word may have to come in. But he went up to that pastor and he told his pastor, like, his mama is getting worse. And she can't even afford to pay her fucking bills. But she got a tithe every week. And that pastor said, I don't know the pastor. I don't know shit to be even calling him pastor. This motherfucker said, everybody can tithe. But the thing is, he said, what are they doing? He asked, like, what are we doing? That's his words. He want to know what is my mama giving to y'all? Like, my mama is not getting better at your church. Why is my mama a member of your church for 10 years? And what are you doing for my mama other than taking her money? And you know what I'm saying? His mama is getting fucking worse. A motherfucker just shot up two motherfucking attorneys out there because they did something to kill her mama. These motherfucking public employees out here swear somebody motherfucking playing. And you ain't got to worry about me because I'm not giving my life to y'all or no the fuck body else. But I'm going to be able to take care of myself. I'm not about to sit out here and let y'all abuse me. Why? No, I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna go right now. I'm here. I'm I'm trying to clear. I'm trying to clear some stuff up right now.
Okay.
Trying to solidify something, and so it's too many motherfuckers that's going through all these sicknesses, and I don't know their relationship with God. I don't know their relationship in church. I don't know what their relationships with their pastor and their deacons and their, you know what I'm saying, their trustees and their boards and others. I don't know what motherfuckers coming through and they probably ain't telling the truth. They probably are. I don't know what the fuck they give it and if they successful at their task. I don't fucking know. But I'm not in church. Eventually, I did go, and one day I had believed, because that church, Midtown Church of Christ, baptized any motherfucking body. So I was, this was before I had Divine, and I was going to school at Gateway, and I was wearing these black Levi pants and a black and red Gateway Technical College hoodie. And I had just ran up there to church because I wasn't in Kenosha. So I went to that church or whatever. And I wasn't having to go to church every Sunday or nothing. But usually in the summers, I was kicking it back and forth. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes my dad would still come and get me, or I asked him to come and get me. You know what I'm saying? And he would come, or I would make sure I made my way. Like, Dad, when you come to Racine, can you pick me up from my mom's house? But um I was just out and I slept with this guy, Bone. Uh, and I was kicking it. But the message was like not what got to me. It was me. Where I didn't know nothing about baptism, still don't. Oh, I know more about it now than I did before. And I'm not even in this shit. I'm not in church. I'm not in church. I'm not a Christian. I'm not in that shit. I'm not about to play around with these motherfuckers, man. But I gotta get me a bag. I'm so hungry. I gotta get me a bag. But I barely had anything to eat today. That's why I said, I don't need this dumbass shit. But I found, like they said, nobody in the Midtown Church of Christ used to tell me shit. And then, like, my mom's sister, husband, all these motherfuckers from the Church of Christ used to say that I would go to hell for going to a Baptist church. That if I went to any other church, or if I did not go to church, if I went to any other church, that I was gonna go to hell. That they're the only church, and what scripture they would use. And I'm not mad or anything, but I'm telling you, diversification and a religious choice, and to understand that I can choose. It's my living, not your teaching, that is going to get me to where I have to be in my life. The teaching is an added bonus to articulate and sometimes be a guide. So many of these motherfuckers want to look at a situation and want to claim somebody and act like they are a guide to me and use me, but they're not. They're trying to poor pimp me and use my name. These motherfuckers want to sit there and have somebody picture or their pictures or their names to protect them, give them that blood on their motherfucking door. So just because you got a picture of a motherfucker in your building is not gonna keep your ass from the wrath of God or the ass whooping that you need from these goddamn streets. And they know that motherfuckers was out here working hard without them making their own way, out here hustling, struggling, living, but working hard in a motherfucker, being real. And while motherfuckers seem like they trying to give my mama a criminal background and shit, I don't fucking appreciate it. And then you sit there and know, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not really, because my mama gonna stand up. My mama is dealing with her own. If a motherfucker know, they know. I'm not about to explain shit for y'all because it's not my business to tend to. But you're not about to sit here and take advantage of a situation and say that I'm the reason why you motherfuckers are around. You're not using me as your test dummy. So these motherfuckers told me that if I didn't join Church of Christ, they would say, on this rock, upon this rock, I build my church, Christ Church, some shit. I'm probably not quoting it right because I want to say in the gates of hell shall prevail or some shit. I've heard it so many motherfucking times. I don't know why I don't know it because this shit, fuck that shit. And so then they will begin to talk and say, um, Church of Christ is the only church because it's Christ Church. Now they got Church of God in Christ. So why is it Church of Christ is the only one? Shit, for what? But Church of Christ had things like debate teams. They would travel. They would do things. And not to say that the I had none of that shit. So of course, when my mom sister used to call me, "Hey Jasmine, we going somewhere with the church? Do you want to go?" Or my mom would say something like, "Okay, they're gonna come. You're gonna go with them, and you know this is what your plans are for the weekend." That was inappropriate. Never am I going to force my child. I don't give a fuck because I should be able to take my child on any field trip without having to go to a church to have them do it for me. And be on their roster and be on them things. But I was just used to go there. I remember one time I was there and my brother, and this matters to me, my brother was coming back from where he was with his dad. And and I had to, my mom was taking care of this stuff. My dad was doing what he was doing, probably take, I don't know. But I remember I had to go to church at Midtown Church of Christ because that's where they was. Motherfuckers was teaching at that church, doing all kinds of shit. But they were there, just there. I know motherfuckers who said they could not read or anything, but they learned to read the Bible. Make it make sense. So I'm like walking back and forth on my own. Like I said, I walked the halls. I never was even attached to him. I always, in all of my life, at all these places, I always just really been on my own. And I never was destructive. The motherfuckers never really, they knew I might have, had some shit where I'm hungry or, you know, I don't even know, like really not too interested or something like that or ready to go, where's my mom? I want my dad type of shit. But it was never to the situation like where they would watch me, like I couldn't go and sit down and they had like a little outside, like attached from the women's bathroom. It's like a little area they call their nurse area, but I used to go in there a little bit, but not really. But that day I was just find myself pacing back and forth, wondering, hey, my brother is supposed to come here and I'm ready to see my brother. Because for some of my life, I don't know, my brother had just left. So I remember having a relationship with my brother since I have to unpack every motherfucking thing for these motherfuckers. And he was gone for a while too, for years, with his dad. And then when he came back here, I could not wait to see him. I was wondering, was I going to be able to see my brother? Because why would my brother just leave like that? That's where I was. But he was with his dad. But he was coming back. And I was like, why am I right here? And I'm going to miss my brother. I'm not going to be able to see him. What the fuck? Because I knew my brother liked me. So I was at that fucking church. I was not a member of that church. I was not baptized any fucking way, actually. Church means more than what motherfuckers want to sit up here and play. Too many motherfuckers walking around these black churches, these churches. And where would they be without the black church? Sitting out here and motherfucker playing, walking through these doors, fucking around with somebody's life, trying to motherfucking uh break them down, divide and conquer, not knowing what the fuck. They want to hop on my motherfucking Facebook page and get the full scoop about every motherfucking body, and they shopping around and they ain't going to pay no motherfucking fee. They ain't letting their face be shown and know everything about what the fuck is going on in somebody else's church house or all these motherfucking conditions. If I watch some service about something for church, I really don't be all over. I don't really be watching nobody church service, but I don't watch what they're singing is. I don't even, and if it's through a live video, I go to your replies. That means I don't see nobody motherfucking comments. I don't see nobody but whoever is talking. I don't stick around and hear them pray or none of that shit on there unless I understand that this is the prayer that I want to hear. And the only reason why I do that is because it has to be something that is controversial enough for me to look at that I can identify outside of church. I'm on some real shit, and I'm not about to fuck with these bitches. But so I was there at that church. But when I had got baptized, I said, maybe I'm drinking or whatever. I'm out here. Okay, I'm just gonna go up there and get baptized. I don't even know who had baptized me. And I don't know if it was Antora's brother-in-law, Antora's sister's husband. Oh, yes, it is. I don't know if it's Joseph Berryman or not. But I'm not trying to deal with some dumbass shit. Because when the push become the shove, I fucked with all of them. I might as well watch my mouth because I know what I'm saying. But all of them were friend like. Never looked at them to the extent where I had any ill intent toward them. I don't give a fuck. And later, some motherfuckers would talk shit or whatever the situation was. But really, it was pretty much my motherfucking mama's family that was at the motherfucker. I'm not about to stick around because of generations were there and they expect me to keep going and they're not doing shit. They're not building a kingdom. They're not expanding. These motherfuckers don't do shit for me. Nothing. Then this nigga sit there and I begged him not to get baptized at that church. I was pregnant. They sitting there just preaching their ass off. Looked like they were preaching toward him until he walks his ass up there and get baptized. I knew what we get baptized for what there. Just had got baptized a couple of days before I had got married in Kenosha. He got baptized too. I was believing that baptism was literally um, just uh, getting in trouble and just wiping that shit off. I didn't look at it as a death or giving my life or letting them do none of that shit. But I had got baptized there before I even had divine. So I don't know what shit these motherfuckers. But what I'm saying is, it didn't wash away my sins. Many times I've been baptized and I had a criminal background. They still charging me with double jeopardy. They're not learning. How can me? I learned this stuff on my own. I don't have a theology degree. I'm not they doctor. I'm not a doctor. But I know I can care. But I'm just keeping this shit motherfucking real. I wasn't out here just I never gave permission for the motherfuckers to do shit with my body. And they're not gonna do it to me now. Motherfuckers have their own. The fuck motherfuckers was sitting there trying to talk shit to me. Um, Man, I don't mean put nobody in a fucked up situation, but I don't know what they on, and I don't give a damn. But man, I'm telling you, not everybody was on bullshit, but extensions of them was on bullshit. They daughters call like talking shit to me like on fucking Facebook, like bitch, who the fuck, man? Listen, I don't give a fuck who you are, bitch. You're not about to fucking talk to me like that, cause you at church, bitch, because you swear you are that, cause your mom and your fucking daddy, bitch. The fuck you talking to me like that for? You're not about to talk down on me like I'm nothing. You don't have any reason for that. And then her mama was not much better most of some time. But then the daddy was so motherfucking just beautiful a situation and overall had a beautiful fucking family. So I don't know where these motherfuckers coming from. And anyway, that's why I'm careful what I say because motherfuckers should be able to separate, and not everybody is gonna do that because they live their life accordingly. I was not letting these motherfuckers change me. I didn't say because of this one baptized me, they still wasn't taking care of me and they supposed to no. I had my own dad. I wasn't looking for shit from them. So why would they baptize me knowing that they was not supposed to baptize me? Knowing that they couldn't afford to baptize me. They didn't set nothing out for me. They didn't pay for no college. They didn't tell me about how I can get on a debate team. They was not giving me the education. I had went one time later on after I had already had a child, and they got this little library, barely any fucking books. I had randomly went in and asked for a couple books out of there or some shit, and I was reading some of them when I was donating when I was giving my motherfucking plasma in Racine. I had took it and had something to read. Why do I need to go through shit like that? These motherfuckers supposed to be able to they're not rich enough for me. They do not have, and I've been meaning to send them motherfuckers an email, let them know that they don't have no motherfucking regard over my goddamn life. They Mexican members and all that shit was coming over to our house. And we never treated them we fucked with them. So what you mean? How y'all sitting out here dogging me out like this? What the fuck did y'all? So y'all mad because of the power that has never been invested in me? I assert my own fucking power. It never came from you. It came from the motherfucking light of day. It came from who I was and still am today. Jasmine Renee Davis. The fuck you mean? These motherfuckers out here trying to act like they own something. Them motherfuckers ain't doing shit but what? Claiming lives and fucking working apart, and motherfuckers around here sick, can't hardly motherfucking walk. You believe that's a reflection of a God that I want? Hell no. Your God looks like your God deals in death and killing only, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Usually, if a motherfucker would die, you see them angels, how beautiful they are. But these motherfuckers rather sit around and have somebody with weave in their hair. I was just looking, this black nurse was talking about how motherfuckers be wearing them fake eyelashes and the fake glue in their hair and shit. And I know because I gotta put one of these motherfucking phones down so I could, but it was a part in my head, like right here, while I was going to somebody in Kenosha, and come to find out, I didn't know that she was eventually gonna be related to somebody else, but that's neither here nor there. And it was a whole bunch of shit. Motherfuckers be knowing each other, and I don't be knowing that shit, cause I never had to be in their fucking business. But she was putting so much glue in my hair for a track, so I was dating Terrell, so I was trying to keep my hair down. I was trying to keep my hair done. So somehow I had met her and I was going to get my hair done from her. And she was putting so much glue in my hair where it was like, but before her, that glue was tearing my hair out though. So just to let it be fucking known. But I had, it was fucked up because some of my hair was missing. And I could tell because where she was putting the glue at now, it was thinner right here. So now I don't have that problem. But it could be a problem. So a lot of the chemicals, and that's why I said I should talk about this yesterday, and I seen a video today where it was about how some of that hair glue, the eyelash glue, and then they'll sit there and stop the growth because nothing is circulating. Just like a lot of these fucking drugs that they put out there. These motherfuckers are just making motherfuckers caskets sharp. That's it. They are not educated. They don't have the motherfucking real education to make motherfuckers beautiful, and they're lying, saying that they have the power of God and the universe and they got the whole world in their hands and shit. No. Motherfuckers are out here wearing weave in their head, makeup, fucked up, dentures, all kinds of shit. They are not the real motherfuckers. And I'm not about to keep going up there and putting on the motherfucking stage play with these punk ass motherfuckers and looking like something. And now they ain't about to keep claiming me and saying this stress that they putting on me is because of them. I'm only strong because of them. How? A bitch that came somewhere and was trying to give me somebody else's shit. While she giving out poor ass motherfucking advice, supposed to be this nurse at that church. And she lies and says that I said that some shit that I didn't say basically. I said I don't want to be responsible for anybody's stuff and I don't have a relationship with them. So I'm gonna call them and see if they want you to give me their stuff. Otherwise, I'm sure you can set up a time. And then she's like, no, no, no. And then I had told their daughter, like, do you have any paperwork? Trying to educate her. Don't just drop off some stuff with somebody. Girl Scout. So if I was on some bullshit, they didn't have shit to do with it. If I was really on some bullshit, I was once a Girl Scout. So I could have been talking to her at a level where I'm looking out for her best interest. But I wasn't. It didn't have shit to do with that. But motherfuckers like to throw their weight around. I'm not in Girl Scouts. I'm not in any of that shit. Sorry, but I'm not. I don't know anything about it. I tried to read a book about it when I was in Racine County Jail. They had me in a fucking hole. It was in May 2023. They wouldn't even give me my tablet, wasn't even charging it sometimes. They was supposed to make sure I got that tablet every day, even though they had me down there because somebody named Davis had fucking punched me in my fucking face because they was talking wanting my fucking tray of food. Now I had goddamn my own fucking shit or whatever. But that's not good either. Because the motherfucker was stealing from me. And I was like, well, she didn't have to hold my motherfucking food so I can have something to eat when the motherfuckers took my commissary from me. So she took a few packs of noodles, but I ain't even address it really. But I did ask her, are you sure these are all my noodles? She said, yeah. And I left it at that. I didn't give a fuck. Her name was America Message. But I sold her my coffee before I left out that motherfucker for some bags of chips because I was hungry than a bitch. And I wasn't about to really order no more commissary. I probably wasn't going to get it. But these motherfuckers sit out here, they're not caring.
Motherfuckers are putting in their own hard work. They are not the ones that are going to work. They're not supplying. These motherfuckers don't have. There. Why do I have to go? I'm not in this shit. But when I was there, they supposed to have the food, take care of your community, give them the food that you know that they supposed to eat to look more like what they should look like. Teach them about nutrition. These motherfuckers ain't teach me about that shit. No, I've been on this shit on my own forever. And I'm not about to deal with this dumbass shit out here. If you own all this shit, then give me my motherfucking cars back that y'all stole, my goddamn house, and all this shit that y'all done stole to put me out here in these motherfucking streets. Don't act like you don't owe me. Don't act like y'all ain't been motherfucking abusive. But what y'all now about to do is sit there and be able to act mad at me and carry around some shit, and I not put that shit out there in the open. You're not about to work together and try to attack me. Bitch, you ain't never gave me advice. They have never been all the fuck they can be. When my mom, sister had passed away, I had went to that motherfucking church and I cried up there. The motherfuckers tried to remove me out of the church or whatever. That same motherfucking nurse came up to me and I gave them $100 bill. And I want to say it could have been 50, but I'm quite sure that it was 100 because I was having hundreds. I gave them, and I wasn't even there. I wasn't even a member of that shit. And yeah, I could have gave them more, but shit, that's all I had. Then I gave somebody else some money that was standing there. But they had this big ass motherfucking dude that was sitting there. And that nigga used to come over to my mama's house, motherfucker, like outside when my mom and them was having cookouts and shit. And so he used to talk to me or whatever. It never was my date, but I always knew that that motherfucker was laughing or whatever. And he was sitting his big ass there looking like a great big motherfucking pillow. And I put my head over on his shoulder and I motherfucking cried. And if they want to charge me for that motherfucker, fine. How much did it cost? Because them hoes came up to me. I don't give a fuck who they was at that church. Y'all bitches members here. Y'all don't come and try to get me to walk downstairs and take me the fuck out this bitch. You ain't gonna try that slick smooth shit with me no more. I didn't even want the motherfuckers to know my name. So I knew the one that was preaching. So I just put a random name and then I had put his last name on there. Motherfuckers, no, because this not about me right now. I'm coming to see about my fucking family members today. Cause I had met up with somebody in Kenosha and it's like everybody is gonna be going over to Midtown today. And that's just how it was. These motherfuckers want to close the door for all. What the fuck do we have now? You trying to take everything from where the fuck can we go? Build our own shit. You motherfuckers not about to stop me, but that's okay, cause they are with y'all. I'm gonna have my own life. Well, this is my motherfucking sanctuary. I don't need like, oh Lord, prepare me a sanctuary. True and holy, tried and true. Straight up. Y'all motherfuckers don't know. Like I said, my worship is for real. That don't mean that I got a God out of shit, but everything I have, I can sustain it. I got some truth behind it. And I don't care about what anybody has to say about me in my situation. You don't know. I have to sit here and tell the motherfucker history or background, but perhaps I do need to break it down for all these motherfuckers that want some peanut gallery action. It's way more than that. Motherfuckers want to talk about Black history. Who created the motherfucking vacuum cleaner and the motherfucking traffic light and peanut butter and all kind of other motherfucking shit? Who domesticated the motherfucker and came over here and taught them their ways so that they didn't have to eat each other and be cannibalism and motherfucking barbaric and all this motherfucking shit that motherfuckers talk about. Then these motherfucking capitalists using that they goddamn hospitals and through their motherfucking systems channeling and doing all kind of dumb ass motherfucking shit. Refusing to identify themselves too. And that's a goddamn problem. I never knew what they did with my name. I never knew at the capacity or anything like that. One day I had stood up before the church at Midtown and I had got up there and I had talked and I had said, like, I'm starting my own business. And I was calling Live, Let Live International or something. None of them said, hey, we're going to pour into your business. What is it about? None of that shit. But then there was some white motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, who was around that. Hi, do you want to go out to Oliver? Let's all go out to Oliver. They want to kick it with me. But when they found out I had no money, they weren't really trying to kick it with me. That didn't stop me from going over to that motherfucker when I got ready to. I didn't have to prove shit. I wasn't stalking no motherfucking body. I was always trying to search for something in every single one that I found interesting. But motherfuckers see that and what you just not attract. I'm not about to sit out here and just be collecting bodies and shit and let you motherfuckers do whatever you want to do to me. For what? What would be a reason for that? When I went up there to get baptized, it was because I wanted to live a better life. My dad was disappointed in me because I was not going to school. He wanted me to get an education. Maybe he wanted to see some stuff because he was getting up there in age. And he may have wanted me to figure out how to be better because that's what I don't hear. That's my dad. Maybe I could have figured out something to make change it. He was on hypertension medication. He did not have to be my dad. Man, they bogus as hell the way they did my dad. None of y'all got the fucking solution. How did I find this shit out on my own the way that I'm finding it out? And none of y'all could ever possibly know. Because so many of them sick themselves and accepting this shit and looking for somebody to care for them. I ruined many opportunities to be much better. But I had no idea what I was facing. And yeah, I did not know that I needed to be protected at times. I didn't know what situations, how ugly it really is out here. I never would have even fucking possibly known as much as I was out here in these motherfucking streets, drunk, you know what I'm saying, drinking, happy, never fucked up, never dead, just away from all this shit in my own motherfucking situation, not watching my back, not being fucked up, not being scared or any of that shit. It was time where I met motherfuckers, went right over to their house, didn't know none of them. I was the only one there. I was walking around out here when I was 18. That was quite the motherfucking year for me. I was kicking it like a motherfucker. And I didn't come up dead. And I was on my feet. I didn't have a car. I didn't have education. I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't have nobody. But I knew that my dad was only one phone call away and my mom was too. But I knew that my motherfucking dad was only one phone call. And he would have came and he would have got me out of my situation. Even though I would have been so motherfucking stupid. And that's what I was going through, like trying to be better. They had no fucking answer for me. I had to get out here and learn on my own. Self motherfucking made. And they ain't gonna ever sit here and fucking claim me for shit. I had to put myself at risk. I didn't get to close the book and call it all a dream. No, I had to walk through that shit and walk out. And yeah, though I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. But that was the shadow of life too. Motherfuckers don't tell that part. And I speak life about it. I went to places where kicking it. I was in some apartments over there by Nap School, sitting there drinking a beer. I didn't know what the fuck who the niggas was. The bitches over there smoking weed. I was sitting down this This bitch trying to take the beer can from between my motherfucking legs. Bitch, hell no. Bitch, I looked, they don't know me. I looked at her, she couldn't get that motherfucking beer can from between my legs. I tell you that. She looked right at me and capped them off. She ain't trying to pull at that bitch again. And when I found it was time for me to go, I took my ass, I was good and high, and walked my ass to my mama house. And I remember that motherfucker because I was looking kind of stupid. Look at me out in this motherfucker like this. But I was fine. That's where I was at. Taking care of my motherfucking self. I had just went through the fucking school to prison pipeline. That shit was tough. Didn't get shit out of fucking public school. I need to fucking breathe. Motherfuckers sit out here and experience losses and deaths one behind another, all this different shit. And when you're not educated, when you say this is not your own, to just accept somebody where I say, you know what, listen, I appreciate my life, but I am not seeing a mother situation from my own situation. I'm not seeing a leadership position. I'm not seeing a community aspect. I'm not seeing shit out here that these motherfuckers gonna find that they're gonna keep using for their fucking advantage over me. Straight up. So one time I was kicked without toys, and I understand I went to Farm and Fleet, walking around Farm and Fleet laughing and shit. This motherfucker talking about let's get some horse tranquilizer and put on the weed so we can sell it. I was like, shit, we over there laughing. Man, we had a fucking good ass time. Motherfuckers will get down. Motherfuckers want to look around at the products for animals and shit. Because you know what? There's so many motherfuckers around here that don't even know. You don't know how many motherfuckers they took pull tonsils out. Do you know how much they taking out tonsils in this motherfucker? You don't understand that they might be in pain. I was out there doing this shit and I had to have surgery until I had got baptized at that church. Just, I was not, I'm telling you, only reason why I did, because I was probably like, I'm not supposed to be out here misbehaving So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wash away yesterday. But that didn't mean probably that I wasn't gonna go do it again today. But I wanted to wash away yesterday. And that pastor was out there talking, they ain't looking for busybodies and all that. I remember that day. He's like, he wasn't looking for busybodies and all that shit. Yeah, I'm telling you. Mhm. Somebody else had baptized me. Straight up. Motherfuckers want to assist so goddamn much. And my daddy, and I'm talking about me. Please, I know I'm putting motherfucking effort out here. Just like that stupid ass bitch with that motherfucking cell phone. Stealing my cell phones. And then when I got that apartment on Wilson Street, she came over, was kicking it, and went to this motherfucking Mexican store over here and bought some drinks and shit. And I had bought her some fucking Newports, whatever. I had bought whatever the cheapest brand they had, and some alcohol. It was like some rim, and then went back and got some more, whatever, some more alcohol sitting there. And the police had pulled somebody over. I was like, "What you pulling them over for?" Whatever. And I was already in trouble, whatever. But so when I found myself feeling a little drunk. It was some niggas that I was sitting there. I said, "Oh, I'm not about to just be sitting drunk, like not drunk where I didn't understand, but the mood had changed the way that I was feeling, and I could have very easily been fucked up."
So these motherfuckers, I've seen some niggas come walking. She goes and first of all, I was trying to get on one of them motherfucking scooters. They had some scooters. I'm like, how the fuck do I? Because I was like a kid. It's like, how the fuck do I use these scooters? They want a debit card, but it was some shit. Like what the fuck? I don't even know if the racing tried to have some scooters around that time. And this was 2022. So I couldn't ride the fucking scooter. So I go and I'm kicking it in this fucking front porch or whatever. Later on, we're sitting out there talking, smoking cigarettes, drinking on this front porch. This motherfucker goes and walks with these niggas. And guy had so much to drink, but I was straight. But I see her walking toward them niggas and they start walking toward me. I'm like, I'm about to go and so I had to pick some motherfucking tacos and shit. So I had my keys, my debit card, all my shit. This bitch robbed me. But I had laid on the floor. I had threw up. I felt great in the motherfucker. I had threw up. Oh, my son was at my mama's. I felt so goddamn great. And she had used my motherfucking debit card without my fucking permission. And I told her I was gonna take her to fuck to. I had my own car. I was gonna drive her ass to Kenosha. She chose to use my goddamn debit card, and I barely had any motherfucking money. Now I could have showed appreciation to her because I was staying at her house, but you knew that I was asleep. I had been drinking, and she even went. Now I had her key. She went on my key ring without saying shit to me. Took the key off there, and then left with the motherfucking bottle of liquor too. I don't know that shit. See, I don't know how these motherfuckers get down out here, how they do shit. No. Every single piece of that shit was motherfucking some bullshit. So if a motherfucker was trying to pay me back from anything, what could it possibly motherfucking be? Be the same bitch that I kept fucking forgiving this motherfucker. Time and time and time and time and to this day. I fucking ain't get my shoes, a lot of my shit from her motherfucking house right now. I have shown her appreciation that I was let her see forever appreciate her for letting me stay at her motherfucking house during that time. Because Terrell's cousins, I had went to stay at her house. And then my so-called cousin, who I introduced, told her to kick me the fuck out. Andre Miller, the same nigga that sit there and was cheating on his fucking wife and blaming me because I was not about to let him dog out my husband's cousin like that. And I would have had to answer to my husband, why am I abusing his family? You know what the fuck you doing. You introduced him. You knew that everything would have looked like I knew. And I knew he would not believe me. These niggas sit there and put me in the worst situations all the fucking time. And all I try to do is be there to manage the situation and be a resource, be something for that they have. All of them was coming to me. I was pouring out to everybody that was around me, trying to make sure everybody got what they were supposed to have. And I did. When they wanted to kick it, party, come over, babysitters, go talk on the phone, any motherfucker, whatever. I did. This nigga gonna tell me it's my fault that his wife keeping his kids from him. First of all, hell motherfucker no. If your wife wanna talk to me and ask me what is the story, I didn't tell you to holler at her. You kicking with her knowing that she was fucking with another cousin on the other side of the family in before. So they, and then another cousin, so they talking about, oh, who this bitch thinks she is. She about to run through the whole motherfucking family. She can if they let her. I don't know. But she's kicking it. But what the fuck that got to do with me?
If y'all not telling the rules, and y'all want motherfuckers to sit up here and abide by some shit, motherfuckers on some whole other pure clean shit on some dirty shit too. Sitting out there riding. Andre nigga stole my motherfucking but he did fix my motherfucking car. And then I gave him some money. He tells me that the city of Racine told him that, so he didn't fix it. Oh my, it was something. He said the city of Racine said that they were gonna tow all the vehicles at his shop. So, I had to give my car back. I don't have the money back. So this motherfucker would have put a mechanic on my shit and took my shit. He stole my fucking driver's license out of that car. Just as well as he stole my motherfucking wallet with my money and my dad's life. I'm like, what happened to my shit when I was moving from 31st Avenue to 106th Avenue? He don't know, he stole my bag. He said he didn't do it. I was really sit back in there. When I stayed there at that fucking house, they got the house my mom's daughter was. My dad was at that. And I know that he stole my wallet because he said some shit to me like, do you still keep your dad's driver's license in your wallet? And nobody knows that I motherfucker had my dad's driver's license in my wallet other than my dad, me, and Sarah. And only reason why Sarah knew that my motherfucking dad driver's license was in my motherfucking wallet because I told him. So this nigga tells her that I can't be saying that. I literally just took all y'all fucking shopping with my money. Got your kids drugs, coke, you every day now with motherfucking making sure you got cigarettes and something there, bitch. You driving my motherfucking car to meet up with someone with every motherfucking night. This is 2022. This is 2021. This is 2020. The little bit of money I had to pay it because I could not stay at my mama's house and keep going to jail. Holy violence and my motherfucking social workers coming over there on motherfucking bullshit trying to run the house and I can't talk to them bitches. They lying to my mama talking about I'm being mean to them and I'm not even these bitches not even talk to me. They're lying. Fucking DDIS and all the Department of Children and Family Services and all this shit. I couldn't say it now. I can't go to jail. I cannot do it. So I'm calling and I need to see. I said, listen, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go. I don't have any money right now, but when I get my money, I'm gonna pay you. So I had already planned. So my workers was like, oh, when you get money, I said, no. I said, I had a bill before I even knew that check. That $9,000 fucking that little ass check was even available. I had already planned to leave. Just so happened the same day I had got a motherfucking check. And I had bought a car that same motherfucking night. Literally, I called somebody, they asked somebody to grab it. And pack my baby up, pack the shit up, put my baby in that motherfucker and went over there. And when he woke up in the morning, he looked around, and I woke him out of his sleep. He looked around, it was a whole other motherfucking environment. No motherfucking dead bugs bites and none of that shit. Them motherfucking bed bugs did not come around to motherfucking social workers coming around. I don't give a fuck about motherfuckers, I promise you. And I'm not about to sit up here while motherfucking Winnebago said that they call bed bugs a disease. I'm learning and I'm happy. And I'm not about to let nobody sit there and have me in jail where I have so much ideas, so much imagination, so much excitement, so much integrity, so much being reliable, so much knowledge and power and energy in myself where I'm about to sit here and fail and let it all just die in me. This will never die. I got so much great information. I don't have to die. I am driving on my own motherfucking expertise, my own just knowledge of fucking life. I'm sitting there buying groceries. Now, this bitch got her motherfucking sisters, Terrell cousin, got her sisters coming on these ugly ass black looking bitches fighting me, trying to control me. This bitch talking about, oh, she me to motherfucking clean up her. I'm not clean up her all motherfucker. I'm not sitting out there. And then they said her children were complaining because of my baby. So yeah, that's y'all cousin. No, this is y'all cousin. Fuck you.
Yeah, so you go all the way down to all the way down.
I'm giving y'all money. $20 cigarettes and all y'all liquor store. If I see y'all get some food, I'm like, shit, y'all motherfucking eat. The little white bitches coming over here trying to boss me up and shit. Nothing on the fucking outside to get to all to Ashley Washington. I was so happy that she let me go. I knew that she wanted to let me because
You get up to the stop
they
sign,
got shit coming through the
you turn left to
motherfucking
4th
Benson
Street,
straight
and
up.
then you go take 4th Street
Because
right
I
to
said, they don't turn off the motherfucking heat in the fucking
Yeah, I've
apartment.
been down the
They
street, so
turn
I was
off
like,
the heat
you know,
in her apartment.
Okay, when you get up to that stop sign, when you go down the hill, you get up to that stop sign where the motorcycle place is, take a left right there and go to that stop sign, and then straight ahead. Right where the Journal Times. I think they shut the Journal Times down.
So she had to tell them to turn it back on. So maybe that's because some bullshit is coming through them goddamn vent. See, when I sit here and I figure everything out, motherfuckers don't like me. Because once I was there and I had that space heater and she started coming around to her apartment. But then she didn't. So I was concerned about how my money was getting so sometimes I would ask her to stay there because I really didn't want to be there on my own because of how shit was happening or whatever. But no, she fucking sit there and I just appreciated that time because I could not go back to jail. Then motherfuckers was saying that I had bought Terrell cousin a car. How you buy her a car? You didn't buy your daughter a car. I said, I don't have no money to buy a car. Look at the car I bought myself. If I was gonna buy this motherfucker, she ain't did shit. I was sitting there and took her shopping because her kids did not have winter clothes. They did not have underwear. I showed my appreciation on top of that, plus paying her fucking rent for staying there. Motherfuckers don't appreciate me for shit. You know why? Because there ain't nothing that you can do to buy somebody to stay or for somebody to stay somewhere. Nothing that anybody could ever do to force somebody to stay involved. If they don't want a motherfucker, they do not have to have, and that's is what it is. And then when I packed my stuff and got ready to go the same day, she didn't know I was about to leave. But oh bitch, it's enough of this shit. Her son was supposed to be my godson and all that shit. No, I seen that he had went to jail a few times. I couldn't write him down because I'm not about to play with y'all motherfuckers. That's done. All that shit. I tried to be a godmama. I tried to do, man, I tried to do all kinds of appropriate shit for these motherfuckers, man. I gotta buy me some weed over here though. Straight up. Hell no. I tried to be the best I could. So when I showed that appreciation to her, I meant that shit. But when motherfuckers sit up here, lose me. Like, it was times where I was stressed out, even in that fucking apartment. That man was abusive to me. So I really had nowhere to go. He was verbally abusing me, calling me fucking mentally ill. I said, where would he get this information from? Why is he talking to me like this?
He had me, I should have known. I came over there. He's about, I said, what you trying to be, my son, granddaddy? He said, no, I'm trying to be his daddy. I was like, I don't know if I want the Fritos or potato chips. I'm gonna get the potato chips. Can I get my shit? $1.75. What's up? How many times y'all about to make me swipe this card though? See, this is the thing. I swiped it, it said it was a $2.50 credit. And then now I have to swipe my card again. Nothing came out. No, it's coming. Okay, because what? It's $1.95. They changed the amount of the motherfucking bag of potato chips. Push what button? They charging more than what they advertising and shit, man. 20 cents more. These motherfuckers just sure do it. Straight up. See there? Oh, shit. Oh, it's a Dollar Tree over there. I'm gonna go over there and get some fucking cash back over there. Oh, this is just great. A Dollar Tree, I'll get some money. Shit. Yeah, man, I was just really looking out for myself. And all my motherfucking situation. Hell no, that bitch is not associated with my motherfucking family. That bitch don't get shit. How come just because you a random motherfucker who somebody choose to talk to you for, now you want to act like you know some motherfucking body and whoever is, that bitch walked up on me when I was outside too before. Yo, I don't know who these hoes are, man. And I'm not about to, in fact, I'm sorry, no, it wasn't her. That was another bitch. That was from a whole nother church. And she said that was Reese. Sorry. That bitch said that she knew me. I don't fucking know you. Yeah, you used to go to my church. Bitch, first of all, your church, you got a church? No, I probably was just visiting your motherfucking church, bitch. She was another motherfucker that was hating on me with her so fucking brother traveling. I don't know, man. I don't even know. All I do is some stupid ass fucking shit. But then later on, they know me. Hell nah. That bitch showed me a bogus ass motherfucker table and chair. Said, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That shit was leaning every motherfucking thing. You can't do right about these bitches out here, man. I was out here, yeah. I stole from these motherfucking stores out here. I got money from my dad. And money from my mom. Got money from motherfucking man that was in my life. You know, motherfucking money from these motherfuckers like that. Being on public service, all that shit. I really didn't mean to be like that. But they got some motherfucking motives.
They plant motherfuckers around and they lie and motherfuckers lies and telling you. And this shit ain't no coincidence. Say that. Why couldn't you just ask me to get the fuck off the bus? When I got on that bitch, they called the police. The police, I ain't seen none of them calling the fucking police. This shit, was set up to me.